The hardest part that I found when I do the quote mental health type posts, they do not perform well.
This group, it doesn't matter if it's 5 million people that are seeing it, like that's the group that you want to see your stuff. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking with our good buddy, Cole. He's done an amazing job of growing a brand in the fitness space.
Most of your selling should be coming through email because people are not in a buying state on social.
You making more money is just a byproduct of how many people that you impact.
This is actually phenomenal because it's capturing everyone into the same funnel of the newsletter.
Today, we're gonna break down everything that he can do and what we think you can do to actually grow your personal brand and monetize it online. Let's get into it.
I'd love to hear how the last year has gone from a content side, and then also like what you have done to be able to monetize the audience that you've grown online.
I started this whole thing like two and a half years ago with about 800 followers. Now I have 108,000, so it's grown significantly. The things that have worked that were kind of my focus through the whole time was just authenticity and then projecting my life through that in its most transparent way. So over the past couple of years, a lot of people have reached out. How can I get single digit body fat? How can I have more energy? How can I relieve some of the anxiety that I constantly have? And so the way that I'm focusing on it now is writing my newsletter.
Which is how long? Once a week?
It's once every other week, so it's twice a month.
And how long does the newsletter take you to write?
Like a week. And the newsletter is a series of my journal entries formatted into a framework that somebody else can apply with stories so it shares better, right? Not just telling you do X, Y, and Z. It's more like, hey, I learned this lesson the hard way through this story. Here's a framework that you can use that has benefited me from these lessons I learned.
And the newsletter costs money to be a part of it?
No, that's free.
So right now, if they want to work with you, it looks like what, a month?
So there's 3 different ways. Way one is the paid Substack. So it's $6 a month. And the primary focus of that is every week is a 7-day training plan that follows a structure.
Okay.
But I release it like once a week. And then within that is also a mental health like homework. You have something to do. You could also reply back to me and I read everything. I respond to everything. So it's like keeping a community engagement there.
And how often are you promoting your paid Substack in your newsletter?
It's in every newsletter and I've kind of like sprinkled it in. You know, this is a detailed version of kind of like a lesson learned from this week. If you want, you know, more personalized focus on this, like join the paid weekly. The second way is brand deals. Now I have a full-time job outside of all of this.
If people see your output of content, it's pretty shocking that you are able to balance having a legit full-time job and that this isn't what you do full-time.
The game of this is fun. So I looked at it like this. Social media in general, Substack, all of this is a game. The rules that I'm playing with are changing constantly, as you guys all know. However, my personal rules are just like, as long as it's true to myself, like authenticity, then I could keep playing the game. However, okay, let's just pivot to carousel, and it keeps it fun because my default isn't like
You're trying to get X amount of likes or something.
right. Like I don't care, which I think plays into the brand deals. I will only work with a brand that either A, I've been taking or been doing or been using for a long time, or B, they send me something and I'm like, wow, like this is awesome. I'm going to totally incorporate this in my routine. And then I'll work with them.
It builds trust because it's not like, hey, buy this supplement.
right.
You've never taken it. You've never tried it. So what's the third way?
And so the third one is fitness programs outside of the paid Substack.
These are one-offs? Like how
Yeah.
a random personal DM, you can be like, hey, I'd like.
No, so I have a website and I have 5 programs on there and they're like 8 to 16 weeks. And you could buy in one shot. So they're tailored differently. One's for like strength and aesthetics. One's for like a summer shred, like a shred program.
Is there one that
nutrition
sells
program.
better than all the
Yeah.
others?
And I have all the data for it.
And it's shred?
No, it's hybrid athlete.
Buzzword of the
Makes
year.
sense.
Real quick, we hope you're liking this video. If you like what we're doing with Cole, we're actually running a live cohort right now called Paid to Be You.
It's awesome. It's going to be 6 weeks long. We're going to teach you how to build and monetize your personal brand. So if that's something you're interested in, DM us on Instagram and we can't wait to help you out.
Let's keep going. They find this from Instagram or how do you find this?
Yeah. So in my bio, I have a stand store. In the stand store, I have 3 sections. Start here, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Tier 1 is the free newsletter. Tier 2, I think it linked to my website. And Tier 3 is the paid monthly.
How long are these newsletters?
So the free ones are long. So I read them on YouTube essentially. I film myself reading the and make edits or whatever. So I also have that, put it on Spotify, like you can listen to it, whatever.
I think right off the bat, like you got to hit them more with this newsletter. I think at least once a week. I would say screw the Spotify. If they wanted a pod later, they can ask you for a pod.
Right.
Like I would just do the newsletter, do it super well, do it once a week, and then just build up to at least 4 months and then see what the deal is.
Record it or no?
I don't think you need to record it.
Because that takes a while.
Let them read it.
How's the feedback been from like Spotify/YouTube?
Spotify is nothing.
Yeah, so don't
YouTube
delete
is
it.
minimal.
Just focus on writing it, make it really good, do it once a week. So now we have 4, right? 4 a month. What gives us a lot more at bats.
How often are you promoting your newsletter / do you have a lead generate, like a free thing that you can give away to be able to get somebody's email to then
to toss them in
So
there?
I have a free, I think it's a 7-day fitness program.
I like that.
Okay.
Edited well, like it's like a beautiful like PDF. That's this quote start here. So if you click on my stand store, that's like the first thing. It's free training program.
Okay.
That's good. That's
Click that
perfect.
and I have your email. You can send it to Accepting Marketing. Now I can send you my newsletter.
What I would do is with this group that downloads this free thing, they're already saying, hey, like I'm down. Like I like fitness. I would start them on a 5-day, like a 5-day drip where it's like they download the thing and a day later it's like, hey, Mike, I know you downloaded this thing. Super excited that I hope you liked it. Here are like another example of tips. Do that for 5 different emails, like 3 to 4 days apart.
Right.
Start them on a 5-day drip. And I think you'd be shocked at how many folks that download that free thing end up on something small, like something that's $50,
Right.
$25, just to get them like started and see, hey, this is a baseline. Like this group actually is interested in that next step up with us.
I also think that like, okay, if you think about the other buckets of your content and think about lead generation products for that. So for example, you also like to talk about mindset.
Right.
Maybe make a free mindset thing. So if your post is about mindset,
Then it's called
have something that's like
Yeah, I like that.
very aligned to that. Or if you have nutrition, if your post is about what you're eating, have a nutrition thing. And so I think that allows it to be more aligned attention. With a free thing, it doesn't take too long and once you make it, but that allows you to have multiple things that kind of keeps it fresh as opposed to you promoting the same thing week after week.
This is actually phenomenal because it's capturing everyone into the same funnel of the newsletter, right? My other thought was like, what if I offer like a really serious free product, like a 12-week full workout?
That's not a bad idea.
That was like my thought recently was what if I had nothing else in my stand store, if you will, and just had a link to a free 12-week.
I think put the freebie thing first for them. So you get the freebie group that's like, I'm interested in this. I don't know about this guy yet. I want to try this out. And then it's like over deliver 12x, like a crazy program that's free. I think that's great. And then they'll naturally, if they're more interested and want more help, they will raise their hand or they will go down the funnel. The freebie group is interesting. A lot of that group is just like, they just go for free stuff. And I don't think that there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, this thing's dope and it's free. Step 2, if you really like that, is X, Y, and Z.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is like what it also is my step 2, like a higher ticket offer, right? Because like at the end of the day, I thought at first like creating the paid Substack portion, I mean, it's $6.
In your head was like the end all be all.
Yeah, it's like you hit the masses and have
yeah,
that quote recurring income based off of like things that is unbelievably truthful and frankly like easy, like easy as in it's writing, right? It's not like I'm out there, I'm filming a short video, like a Netflix type video for 6 weeks and all this shit. It was like, hey, I could actually pour like heart and soul into this and edit it proper and like spend time rereading it instead of like sitting in some like editing bay forever.
These folks that buy this other program, you don't talk to them. They just, they do it on their own time.
Yeah.
And what's it cost?
80 roughly.
$80?
Yeah.
I think you get rid of all the ones that aren't doing super fucking well and just focus on like, what does the ascension look like between the free 7-day thing is great. Okay, so we have that thing. And then they go into this 5 email sequence. Potentially like make this $50 or something. Let's just call it $77. That's what gets them to the next step. And then if they really like this, I would re-hit all this group that buys the $77 thing and be like, hey, how was it? And potentially into some sort of like, $9.97 6-week thing, 6-week training block where they're with you? Like you're giving away a little bit of time.
I think that the different ways you can go high ticket would either be consulting, like high ticket one-on-one courses.
Right.
You could do like, you could really put a lot of time and energy into a course. I know you mentioned to me that you want to get more into the mindset stuff.
Yeah, so like the
Correct.
thing that's changed my whole narrative toward everything is when I got sober, I had body issues, like physical, but like real internal body issues, not just like body image issues. And then at the same time, I worked on my body, eating, and physical fitness. Therapy, you know, I have a church, and I have a sponsor of all this stuff. So like I had access to all of these great tools and resources.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I'm just like, you don't need to be like sober or go to church. So my focus, this whole thing has been like, how do you help someone physically? But even when you have six pack doesn't mean you're going to be okay mentally. You think that your end all be all is if I'm just in great shape, then I'll be happy. You know, and it works the other way. Like you could be really happy, but you could be just in terrible health.
Yeah.
And so like, how do you combine the two so you could be progressing both together?
I think you should try to collect as much data as you can from the people who have already bought stuff from you.
Yeah, this group, this $80 group.
And ask them, besides fitness, what else are they looking for help on? What do they feel like they're struggling with? I think when you got sober, it's like having the AA stuff, having the community of people that you can rely on, and like not only being able to talk to your sponsor, but being able to talk to other people who are going through the same things as you. Like that is super powerful. And we saw that on a smaller scale when we were doing the cohorts. Not only do they love learning from us, but having that group of people is super powerful. Are you doing any one-on-one stuff right now?
Not paid, not for like for friends.
Does that interest you?
I feel like one-on-one's hard, to be honest.
It does. It's a value of time for me.
I think a group thing would be more impactful because you'd be able to get, even if it's 20 people, 25 people, you think you'd be able to impact more people. And I think that you can start like at this number and make sure that you have it locked in. You're like, I know I for sure can deliver on whatever this promise is.
Right.
You know?
We talk about how in the beginning you kind of have to do stuff that's unscalable, but I think that the benefit of you doing a few, maybe you even take on like 2 people.
Yeah.
And you're like, these people are like my main focus.
Your guinea pigs.
Your guinea pigs. And then that way you can get testimonials and you learn from actually working with someone one-on-one. Not only do you get to, you know, ask your audience questions, but you actually really get like tangible feedback from someone. If you can do it with like 2, 3, potentially even 4 or 5.
Take these calls though for free and just say like, hey, I'm building something out and I'd love to see what you thought of my last one and how I can go into this one and make it 10 times better. And people will do that for free.
Right.
15 minutes, 20 minutes to give them some advice about a program or their split or whatever that they're doing. And they will for sure take a call with you.
I think it could be really cool for you to put together maybe a 1 to 2 day workshop. And that you could sell for like $250 to potentially even $500. You know, it would take a weekend. That way it's not as long of a commitment. You don't have to come up with a crazy curriculum. And it's like, okay, this is a way for me to get in front of people, teach coaching, think about what you think these people can benefit the most from. And that way that's like slightly more high ticket than what you're doing right now. And you get like real quick feedback from your audience.
You're saying that the mindset thing for you is like very pivotal, very transformational.
Right.
I think it's a lot more difficult to sell a mindset transformation
100%.
than it is to sell like six-pack abs. That's sexy. People want that. It's like, I know I want that. I for sure want that. Whereas you might know, oh, the mindset is actually what they need. They don't need the six-pack abs.
Right.
They need the mindset. Then the six-pack abs comes a lot easier. But you kind of need to figure out like what is the numero uno pain point for the group that you're selling to. And I think for most of them, it's probably like, hey, you look in the mirror and you're really unhappy with how you look. Like think about every single person's fitness transformation. There comes a day where you look in the mirror and you're like, I look like shit.
Right.
I want to make a change. And like whatever that moment is, figuring out how can I find them when they're at that point and give them the free resources to where they're like, this guy is amazing. I love this guy. I found him. I know that he can teach me about fitness. I know he's teaching me about mindset. But I actually like want to take the next step and be like coached by him.
The hardest part that I found is communication of the quote mental health side. That's what my newsletter is like, kind of pure vulnerability. It's like, it's literally called Lessons I Learned and Tip of the Week. Those are the two, there's 4 sections in the newsletter. And I share like kind of like where I screwed up. And that's the whole point of why I'm so passionate about the mental health stuff, is like a lot of people are dealing with it, but they're too scared to talk about it, especially men. So if I were to ever say like, hey, do you want to get shredded? You know, hands go up, right? But I'm like, is anybody experiencing anxiety and doesn't want to feel that way? Their hands are like, is anyone else?
I think, okay, I think
feeling it.
What you could do is run some sort of like DM campaign to where they're only hitting you up. They're not going to a website and putting in like very vulnerable shit. It's like, this is hey, DM me if this is something that you're interested in. And then starting genuine combos, and you don't have to start with a lot of money behind it, $50 a day, and just see how many combos get started with certain messaging. So then you can kind of test like what actually does make people like raise their hand for that, and what lever you're pulling that gets people like, yeah, that's actually me. See how many people come from certain ads or certain wordings that you use. Maybe it's not even labeling as anxiety.
Right.
Maybe people don't want to be like, I don't want to be labeled that I have anxiety.
Exactly.
But seeing like what they end up responding to, I think would be super interesting.
You're absolutely right.
How much of your content would you say is aesthetic Cole and more fitness related versus
That's a good question.
vulnerable and more of the mental health side?
80-20. So when I do the quote mental health type posts, they do not perform well.
If a running post got 3,000 likes, what does a mental health post get? Just out of curiosity.
600.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'd argue though that those 600 people matter more to you than the other.
Agreed.
You know
Agreed.
what I mean? Like
But
that,
you're caught when I post a picture with my shirt off. So subconsciously I'm like, well, I know what my cover photo is going to be.
Yeah, look at it though. Look at it though as this group. It doesn't matter if it's 5 million people that are seeing it. Like that's the group that you want to see your stuff.
Right.
Right? And then look at them as
100%.
Look at them as cumulative. Look at it as the fitness posts help the average of these go up. Like don't look at it as like, oh, this video didn't fucking perform well. Like
Right.
it's naturally gonna perform less because men aren't gonna be like, yo, I got anxiety.
Right,
No one's gonna do that, right? They're like, your 600 bravest souls will be like, I really like this.
Yeah.
You'll have a call to action at the end of it and say, hey, if this was something that you've been struggling with, or you want someone to talk to, like my DMs are open. And you can start conversations about what they're dealing with and like what you think you can be helpful in, or how you can make your content better using that group. Because if not, they're just like in a tiny little one-way street.
I would maybe bump mental health
70-30.
70-30, 60-40.
Yeah.
Ease your way into it.
Because you don't want to upset the group that loves the fitness either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They're like, they clearly love that. They're there for that. They love it. It's great.
And it changes with me. Like, like I'm peak running right now.
Yeah. It changes really what you're interested
Right.
in and what you're doing.
I also think that if you had another free lead gen product that is more so on the mental health side, if someone takes the initiative to like download that, now you have someone coming into your funnel that is coming in for the mental health side. Right now you have everybody coming in from the fitness side, so it might be a little bit harder of a sell.
Sure.
They'd also never know that you were like the background that you went through.
But you've brought it into your content.
You brought it
Yeah,
up, but like let's say
I don't go detail.
Yeah. I think that you could go on a landing page detailed as to why the free thing is like, this will help you. You have the experience yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way of they're like, oh, I have no idea. Because they just hop on your page. They just see this like sexy Jack dude. They don't know. They have no idea.
It's such a intense part of my story. And I never want to use like leverage that for income.
I don't think though you need to, or you should look at, if you talk about everything that you went through as you trying to
Like
monetize
I agree.
Right.
what you're going through.
Right.
I
Because
think
it's real. That's like actually what
Exactly.
happened. That's like that is your life story.
with that being said, I don't think you need to bring it into every single post. There's a way for it to come off as authentic and a way for it to come off as like, I'm trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
Most of your selling should be coming through email
Yeah.
because people are not in a buying state on social. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. So what would be the whole funnel breakdown?
I think they come in here for like a free 7-day thing, or you go heavier and make it more intense.
Right.
Like make this something that's like, man, I should have paid $200 for this.
Right.
But they're like, there's no way that this is free.
And I also think that you should have a few different variations that hit a few different buckets.
Yeah. That you can rotate throughout the year. But right now I think it's just one. But eventually I think it's like, okay, in winter, I know that this one does better. In the summertime, I know that this one does better.
In theory, if you had 3 and you posted on your story twice a week, you're really only talking about one of the things twice a month.
Yeah.
So I think that would be great. I think you would see a lot of even more traction coming into your newsletter off the free thing. And I also think another thing, going back to what I was saying earlier, is if one of the free things is more so about the mental health, not just the fitness side, now you're getting someone coming into your funnel who is interested in different things as opposed to the fitness.
The only thing though is if they come in for one thing, your emails need to change, right? It's not going to be like the 5.
drip.
Yeah, the 5 for the fitness aren't going to work for the 5 for the.
Right.
That's why I think like right this second it's uno. Like after you fucking master this and you're like, this is working 100%. I know I'm getting guaranteed income. They're coming into this. Like there's a clear ascension from each of these ladders. Then add the second and the third or whatever, and then you can rotate between the freebies. But it's just like so much work I think at the very beginning to do fucking 16 different free offers.
Yeah, another.
Crush this and make sure that, hey, they're coming here, and I know for a fact X amount of percentage, and find out this percentage of like, oh, you know, a month 1,000 people are downloading the free thing. How many of them are actually making the next step and going to get the $80 thing, given these emails?
Another thing I think you could have major success on. What if you made another program, a smaller paid program? Maybe it doesn't even have to be 77.
Sure.
More so on the mindset, mental health side of things.
Right.
If someone is already going to check out with their card, what if you had another thing
Like
that you could say, hey, if you're interested in this,
Get it to him for cheaper too. You could be like, it's normally 37 and it's $19 if you toss it on to one of these programs.
So now all of a sudden,
Cart value is going up.
yeah, the easiest way to know if someone's going to buy from you is if they've bought from you before, and if they're already taking out their card, it's like, I want to get everything that Cole has to offer.
And then I think just figuring out what this number is and how much time you want to give away.
But don't let this freak you out. Don't let a high ticket offer freak you out, because you don't need that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this is much more focus is like right here. And then we can figure out this, because you'll get data from this group and figure out like what they're struggling with the most. If you either I can't make that promise, then I shouldn't sell said thing.
Sure.
But if you can, you're like, I know for sure I can help that group, and this is where they're trying to go. And they want more like actual physical help from you in person, or like via, hey, I want to be on video calls with you. Fantastic. And then start small. Start with 10 people.
What I would do is I think over the next couple of weeks, or even take a month, to create a fucking 1 day intensive, few hour long workshop. It could be 1 day, it could be 2 days, and charge $247 for it. That way you're getting into slightly higher ticket, and it's like you're getting that experience of having it live.
Working on your feet, being quick on your feet.
Yeah.
If someone asks you something, it's not like,
Right.
you know, and I'm not worried about you like doing that, but it's a different thing when there's like 50 of them. All right.
All drilling.
Yeah, and they're just they're just like, it's like unlimited ammo.
And then I also think one of the biggest lessons that me and Brayton have learned, when someone starts to pay you more money, you want to focus on what transformation can I get this person? The more money somebody pays you, the bigger transformation they're looking to get. So you don't need to necessarily, how much fucking information can I pack into this 3 hour long workshop? Think about what is.
Sound cool. It's important.
No more shit.
Yeah.
Not more shit.
Yeah, we don't want to give more stuff.
I think you just need to think about like
Quickness, dude. If I'm paying you $5,000, I want my 6-pack in a month.
Tomorrow.
I want it tomorrow, right? I don't want more stuff. And I think that's a big misconception that we thought, where it's like, oh, the higher you get, it's like, no, I want it one page. If I get it in one page and it solves my fucking problem, that's what I want.
But do you believe that it'll solve your problem if it was only one page?
No. I think it just depends on the thing.
Think about this. If you were to work with a mentor and you were able to sit down and have a 1 hour conversation with someone, and it fucking changed your life, and you're like, I'm fucking good to go. That is way more valuable to you, because you're like, I only have to spend an hour with this person and I fucking know exactly what to do and I'm good to go, as opposed to here's a 100-page PDF, or I need to spend 50 hours with this person, a full year with this person to really like get the transformation. It's much more valuable if you can have a transformation be super impactful in a shorter amount of time. If you are going to do a workshop, think about like, what are those super tangible, valuable lessons that you've learned through your own journey and people that you've worked with.
And this group that ends up paying, I would try to talk to all of them after and be like, hey, especially the ones that are crazy transformations, I'd say, on the first line, like take a picture, go in your bathroom right now and take a picture in the mirror. Like that's your first step here. So you have like something to document, and then 6 or 8 weeks, however long it takes, be like, I'd love to set up. Please email me when you're done with this thing. In the very beginning, have that. So then you can talk to them and be like, what do you look like now? And then get that before and after photo. And I'd even have on your profile, I would have either a pinned post that's like, here's how to work with me. I would have that there, top right. So it's like value on the left, who Cole is in the middle, and then here's how to get in touch with me.
On the landing page, do you have any sort of VSL or a video that somebody can watch? You talking to the camera, 1 to 3 minutes, you explaining what this program is.
I have more of like an about me video.
I think it could be super powerful, and it doesn't have to be super long. You could set up a camera, no fancy editing. You could talk for 1 to 3 minutes.
I'm Cole, I'm blank years old. I'm super into fitness. I found this because of X, Y, and Z.
A little bit more about your story.
Yeah.
And
why'd you start this? Why'd you build this thing? Who's it for? Why is now the time to make my change? Like really get them going and be like, this is for me. I really want to do this.
What about the Substack part?
I don't think you necessarily need to focus so much on the $6 Substack. I think I would focus much more on just like getting them into the free thing. You can promote it and be like, hey, this is a thing. I would focus much more on promoting this thing. So then they come up here and then they will naturally raise their hand and say like, I want to work. That's how I've done it with myself. With things that I've bought, I'm like, I want to work with this person. And I think now it's never been more easy to work with people who you're interested in.
I did like a survey on my stories the other day. At the end, I asked like, if I were to open up like a more of a niche high ticket offer type thing, one-on-one, who would be interested, right? And I had like a ton of responses to that. It's great, but the thing that I care the most about is like true change, because when you have a fan, not a customer, I think that changes everything.
Then focus on impact with 10 folks here. Right. You can totally change their lives with 10 people. Right. And it's not going to be scalable, and it'll be really fun for you. It'll be super interesting to learn from them, and then figure out how you get more people into it every single time. Start with the 10 individual. It's like, hey, I know I can do this, and then get 15 people in a group thing. Right. But like start with the 10 that you can impact the most. And I think you making more money is just a byproduct of how many people that you impact.
Right. And then that's the thing is like, if you paid for the $5 program, you're like, my entire life changed. And you'd be running around bragging to everyone.
Yeah. About how crazy this was.
I'm now paying $5 and Costa's paying $5. That's why I'm still sober today, right? Is like somebody promised me that if I did the work, it'd be okay. And I believed them. And so I did the work and I'm okay. And now I'm like, holy shit, you got to try this. Like
this will bring you a lot of joy. I think everything that you have right now is very giving. Maybe some people are responding to you, but you're not really seeing those transformations. I think impacting others will fill your cup a lot. Second, charging higher ticket is the best thing you can do for someone, because then they have skin in the game.
Having never built something out in that structure, we're doing this together, or you're going to fill this out with me. Do you charge anything?
To be free in the very beginning. The first thing I ever sold was free. It was like 10 people just to figure out if my idea was correct, and it was.
What if you fucking offered it to the people, anyone who's bought an $80 program from you, or it's in your Substack because they're already paying you money?
Right.
This is my fucking gift to you guys. I'm working on something. I want to make an incredible impact, and even more of an impact on people's lives in 2026.
Happy New Year.
Just know that going into this, all I ask for you is to be super fucking present and to give me genuine feedback. And I want you to be like, no bullshit with me. Like, does this help? What could I change? What could I do better?
And then through that, so then I learned, create better, grow. Now I want to offer. Would you suggest a $1,000 6 week? You suggest $200 2 hours?
I don't love $200 range. It's like the waste, no man's land.
Why is that?
$200, you're battling ChatGPT. $200, you really have to come through on $500 or $600, in my opinion, of value in the $200 range. For the $1,000 range, I think it's a lot easier to come through on that promise for someone, because you're giving away more of your time. Like you're like, I'm physically in this thing. I'm in this game with them.
Not only is it building out the curriculum, it's promoting it. Now we're getting into ads.
You can always go up. You can't go down. You could start at $200 and then be like, fantastic, that was great. We sold out and we got 10 little spots. I don't think you'll have a difficult time at all with your size of audience getting 10 people to do anything. There are always going to be 10 people that will raise their hand to like, I'm interested in this. I want to try this. And then you can shut it down and work with that little group.
If you're super busy and you don't want to take on a 6-week thing, rip some workshops. For 3 months straight, do a
$100 workshop.
$100 workshop on a Sunday. And
how long are
it could be 2 hours of you kind of going through stuff and then an open Q&A kind of for an hour.
And all you'd have to do for that, for the workshop, right? It's content for the workshop. What starts us off like, hey, I'm promoting it. I'm doing this thing. This is for sure happening. It's going to Zoom and getting a live, it's $99. That's how much it costs. Fantastic. It's getting a drip for the email to let them know, hey, this is happening. Don't forget about the Zoom, and just reminding them. And then it's the actual day, not forgetting about the day. Because this group is already saying, hey, I'd love this. This is great. And when you're finally done with this is the group to say, hey, by the way, I have this thing. Emailing them, letting them know about the thing. Your goal for that 2-hour thing is to make it a $1,000 thing for $100.
Right.
I love this guy. I learned a ton about his background. I'm really interested in him. Like, I'd love to work with him on the next step, and then having the next step readily available.
Before coming in today, before going through all this, I was thinking, well, I think I could handle like 5 clients, if you will, a month. Like, I think I could give everyone a very high quality attention, 5 to 10 range right now.
I just think that you could overextend yourself pretty quickly working with people one-on-one. Like I did the one-on-one thing for a bit. It's a lot. I think this first group to get data as to where you should take it, it's fine. But then I would get out of it as soon as possible. Unless you're out of your job eventually and it's a bucket of this bigger pie I take on 10 people for 6 months, one-on-one, it's $10,000. I put a ton of one-on-one time into these, then sure.
Right.
But I would stay cautious of giving away too much time and then not making the product phenomenal. Like if you're like, oh, I'm doing this thing, I'm doing this thing, I'm doing this thing. It's like, gets a little too sporadic.
Sure. What would be the offer in the workshop? Like the mental health stuff, I think I could work on, but more of the fitness side.
Given it's winter, I would help them with like keeping fat off during the holiday season.
I think oftentimes we think that we can only talk about something once.
Right.
Similar to you picking up a book for the second time and reading it again. It's like, oh shit, I forgot about that. I don't necessarily think you need to worry about it being like so crazy different from that. Obviously, doesn't want to be the exact same thing. Having this package maybe slightly different with a few new things, and it covers working out, nutrition, and mental health. It's packaged as a new thing. People talk about the same fucking shit over and over and over again. You don't need to like reinvent the wheel. There's only so many different things you can talk about.
How many different ways could you do a bench?
And they're also paying you.
Build your chest.
They're all.
But do I give like a program at the end?
You could give a little bonus thing at the end. Like here's a 7-day thing of what I'm doing this week. I think that's fine.
What's different between a program that someone's paying for and they have to follow along themselves versus a workshop is you're really going through shit and having them comment in the fucking chat, raising their hand and like, let's work on this together. I'm right here. What questions do you have? This is how you fix X, Y, and Z, or this is a great exercise to like overcome this. It's not a one-way street. That's the benefit of the workshop.
For Cole's next steps, figuring out like what this workshop looks like, what the actual like meat and potatoes of that thing's going to be, the price point of it. You can test like, hey, 1 week I do it for 27, the next week I'm doing it for 37, just see what happens. See the level and the quality of people that show up to each. 4 times newsletters per month, a 5 email drip for the free product to the $80 product. Aligning content with the offer, I think is going to be very important. A free lead magnet, posting that like much more consistently because it's free, it's a gift. Simplify the ecosystem. Like let's delete those fucking $80 products that aren't humming. Okay. Make it so easy to where they come in. It's like, I get the free thing, fantastic. I love this guy, he's great. Oh, I want to take the next step. That is the next step, not there's 17 next steps. I feel like people get product fatigue. 1 free, 1 paid, 1 higher ticket thing. And then let's switch the content to be 70% of the fitness stuff and 30% more mental. And let's see the hit go down for the hit to then go up later. And that's, I think, Cole's next steps.
I got to nail the workshop. I think that's my biggest next
But
step.
the cool thing, you don't have to nail it on the first time. And it can change. It can change month after month. Baseline's going to be really fucking good.
Yeah.
Just because of who you are. They're going to get their money's worth.
You're going to go back, you're going to make a Zoom webinar account. You'll run a workshop, you'll promote the shit out of it for this day, set it for that time, and then you show up and you do it.
Awesome.
It's the same thing that like every gym during every season of the year has a different promotion. It's still to get training.
Right.
But it's packaged differently. Summer sweat, winter six pack, shed the Sunday scaries, whatever the heck the thing may be. It's the same shit. Always just be thinking about like, what is it during this period of time that people want?
You could have even different workshops.
Yeah, you could have 3 different workshops you want, but for now, it's just one, and then we can add later.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
That was fun.
Love, dog.